Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you another study with me. This study with me goes over 3 days, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, because I was trying to finish all my holiday homework before I went on holiday. So this is basically me just trying to finish everything at once. This video is also in collaboration with a load of other YouTubers who I have collabed with before. So if you really like to study with me, you should definitely go and watch their videos after you've watched mine. They're all doing a study with me and all of them will be really good, I'm sure. So as you can see here, I started off doing an online maths test. We've been set to do about 3 of them for when we get back, and I have finished all 3 of them. This was the second one. I did the first one in my previous study with me and I finished it. It took me about 20 minutes and this is the completed set. And also I just thought I'd show you the music I was using because I get a lot of questions about it. It's basically a revision ballads playlist made by Spotify and it's got some really good songs on it and I really enjoy using it for maths questions. I think for anything else it'd be too distracting, and if you want to follow my Spotify, it's there on the screen. And then afterwards I decided to just quickly upload a YouTube video, which was my weekly study with me that I did last week, and then I did a bit of editing because, you know, I've got to do that. This was my weekly vlog, which is also up now. Will try and remember to link it down below if you guys want to watch it. So yeah, that's what I was doing here. And then it was about 1 o'clock, so I decided to get myself some lunch and I had a pizza. I absolutely love pizza, my favourite food. This one's from Aldi and I just picked off all the peppers and the chilies and stuff, and I've replaced it with olives and kale, which was so good. These pizzas literally cost £3 and they're really big and they're really good, so I'd recommend. So I sat and watched that. I sat and ate the pizza, watched a bit of YouTube and had a cup of tea, just as I usually would, and it was such a good pizza. I would recommend those pizzas if you haven't tried them. And then I got myself some more food, which is so bad. I was so full afterwards though, and I lit a apple candle. This is from IKEA, if you wanted to know. It was about £1 and it smells very nice. And I decided to get on with a bit more work after this. So I had been sent a huge history essay and I was dreading doing it so much, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it and get it out of the way. First day of the holidays, so I decided to start typing it. So I have an essay plan, so I was basically referring to that, but every single essay I've ever done for history has been done under time conditions in class, so I've been kind of stressed and trying to remember an essay plan. So for this particular essay, I decided to, as it's literally the first essay I've ever had the chance to do without timing requirements, I decided to spend a while on it and try and make it really good and see if I could like beat my best mark, if you know what I mean, because every single essay I've done has been under time conditions. This is the first one, so I used my essay plan and I thought like a lot about my words and I just tried to make it really good, and I will see if it is my best. It might not be, but I know I can do it in time conditions, so I was happy to spend a while on it, and I think I ended up spending 2 hours on it, and I would usually under time conditions do it in 45 minutes, so yeah. And also the laptop stand I'm using is from IKEA. I get so many questions about that. I think it's been discontinued, but it's from IKEA. I bought it a while ago and it was getting late and dark, so I kind of finished my essay eventually, and this was the amount that I did. I did quite a lot and I ticked it off of my weekly to-do list, and I only did the maths test, the essay and the YouTubey stuff that day, but on Monday I did quite a lot of work. So on Sunday I did a little bit of work but not too much. I made myself finally a half-term to-do list in my bullet journal, and then I just put some stuff onto my to get done that day. But I only really worked on Sunday morning as I had gone on a 20-mile bike ride in the afternoon and it was hard. But I started off by looking over a topic which we learned in psychology, which I hadn't understood, so I found a video on it on my dad's iPad. I tried using my laptop, but my laptop just wasn't working, so I went to the iPad and searched up some YouTube videos on it and just added to my notes to make them more understandable, and I just used a few different resources to help me understand it, so that I could compare and kind of see, I don't know, using lots of different resources is really useful in my opinion. So I just amended my notes a little bit here from a different source after I'd vaguely understood it from the video. So yeah, after that I got on to making an essay plan for the topic I just kind of taught myself. So we have to learn some essay plans for when we get back, so I was just writing out one of them. Yeah, basically. And that is about all I did on Sunday, the understanding and the essay plan, and then I went on the long bike ride and I didn't finish the rest of my to-do list, but that is alright because I still have Monday, and on Monday I did a lot of work for me. I did about 4 hours of work, which for me is a lot because I struggle to even do 2. So I added to my diary a new to-do list, and as you can see I'm now at my mum's house, so a bit of a change of location. But I decided to write flashcards for the essay plan I'd done on Sunday so that I could learn it more easily and I could concise it, and I just find flashcards a much nicer way to learn than just from a load of notes on a piece of paper, because I make my essay plans in quite a lot of detail and then I can concise them onto flashcards so that I have notes on basically every topic. So here I am making flashcards on the first essay that I had to learn, and these were them once they were done. So they're still quite beefy, but they're a lot more concise than the essay plan. So I went and ticked that off of my to-do list. Next, I went and made an essay plan on the second topic, and before I did that I just added to my notes because I didn't feel like my evaluation points in my notes were good enough. So I just used my notes to do my second essay plan, and this is another essay which we might be tested on, so I thought might as well plan it. And after that I made flashcards on that one as well so that I can learn it more easily. That is the essay plan completed and me taking it off my to-do list, and then I made the flashcards as you can see here. And there is a flashcard video coming soon, I promise. I haven't actually filmed it yet, but it is actually going to be filmed very soon, so I won't be keeping you waiting too long. So yeah. And this was that set of flashcards once it was done. And after I had done those flashcards, I took a little break and then I did the final set of flashcards, which you will see me doing here. So I just I done those 2 and then I did this set, and this set took me a little bit longer because I hadn't rehearsed it over with the essay plan and I stopped in the middle to talk to my sister and stuff. So this set took me 35 minutes, whereas the other 2 sets took me 20-25 minutes, but that's alright because I still got it done quite fast. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but throughout the video I was keeping track of all the timings for which I did each thing. So for the flashcards I'd write when I started, then I'd write when I finished, and it helped me stay really productive looking at the time limits of how long I spent on stuff and trying to keep targets. So these were the flashcards once they were done, and yeah, I will show you the timing sheet at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. I then filed away all the notes which I've been using to make flashcards and put them into my folder in the right place because my desk was getting quite messy, and the only thing I had left to do for psychology was doing some short answer questions, so basically just exam questions which would be set as homework. So I went and got those out, as you can see me doing here, and basically that was all that was left on my to-do list for that day. So I basically tidied up on my flashcards as I was earlier and put everything in my drawer. And before I started doing the short answer questions, I had myself some lunch. This is a really boring lunch. I just had myself some pasta, chili oil, and some pumpkin seeds and cheese. And then I started the questions, and I had a little bit of a break, about an hour and a half break. I can't really remember, but I started doing the exam questions and I was using my notes to answer them, and the flashcards which I made, because it's good to use the same resources again and again because it helps you to learn the stuff, I guess. So I just did those questions, and that took me about an hour, but I took a little break in between, and then after I did the first hour I did another half an hour, and the last few questions took a bit longer because they were for more marks and I didn't really understand one of them. So I ended up googling the question, and I found out what I'd thought originally was the kind of right thing to put. And I wouldn't usually just Google questions and not try, I would always try, but if I'm really stuck on a question I might as well look at it and just see if I'm along the right lines rather than just guessing. So yeah, I finished those and I still had a lot of time left in the day, a bit of motivation. So I put my flashcards into my little flashcard bag and I packed away all my psychology stuff, and I decided to do the final maths online paper. So here you can see me starting it now. So this was the hardest of the 3 tests. The first 2 were really easy and this one was a lot harder. I completed the whole thing, but I actually failed it the first time by a few marks because I got some of the questions wrong with like silly mistakes, so I had to go and correct them. So I did the first set and it was fine, and I've just made some stupid mistakes which dropped me some marks, and that is why I failed it the first time. But you can basically see me doing it here. When I do maths questions, I love listening to music as well because it's a different part of your brain. It's not a vocal part of your brain that you use for maths, so you can focus when you're listening to music with words, which I really like because obviously I don't like listening to classical music all the time. But I did the maths questions, as you can see me doing here, and these are on kinematics like SUVAT. If you guys are doing A-level maths or mechanics or anything, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I did it the first time, and here I realised I failed, but then I took another 30 minutes and I just redid the test and just added in my corrections, and I got full marks the second time. So yeah, and these were the questions which I did. So this was like quite a long paper compared to the other ones, and it required a lot of working, but it was really useful, I think, and it helped me like learn how to do certain like concepts because it took me a while to figure out what I was meant to do at first. And after I'd finished those questions, that was the end of the day, and here is the card of what I did. So I did a total of 4 hours and 30 minutes, which for me is a lot of stuff. Like some people can do like 14 hours. I could never ever do that much work ever, but 4 hours for me, I feel like I got quite a lot done, and I finished the majority of my holiday homework, so I was quite happy. And here you can see me ticking it off my to-do list on my bullet journal, and I've just got a couple more things which I need to do, but I have still got a few more days to do them, so that is all good. So after that, I wrapped up my work and basically went to bed. I was actually really tired. 4 hours of revision is a lot for me and it was quite tiring. So I went to bed, and that was basically the end of my study day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember to check out the other people's videos in the description box. There'll be loads of really good videos in there, so you should definitely look if you're still not feeling motivated. Yeah, I will see you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye!